usually my topics are really covering more sort of the high level discussions around cybersecurity. It's not really product related or anything related to that. I've been in this industry for a very long time, and I've also been able to work with some very interesting people on some very interesting projects. And over time, what I've learned to understand is, and I'm sure you've heard this before, is that generally across the board, we're really struggling with cybersecurity and all the things that are going on there. I'm not going to go too much into, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what the future of cybersecurity could look like. I'm not going to talk too much about artificial intelligence. Everybody knows what that is. But one of the areas that I really need to see developing is in the area of deep learning. If you're not familiar with deep learning, it's the next step up from machine learning. This is the idea that this technology is actually designed to be like a human brain. It's actually designed to be able to think for itself and adapt and learn on the fly. It's not tied to anything. You teach it to perform certain functions, and it's able to do that. Our artificial intelligence pen testing solution, for instance, if it goes in and it finds a file that has an IP address and the credentials in it, it'll actually pick up that file and try those credentials. It doesn't just say, hey, I found something. It has enough intelligence to be able to figure out, oh, I need to be doing something next here. We really need more of this in our industry because we lack the resources to be able to do these things. But we need more machine-based assistance to be able to do the things that we normally do, but in a much faster way, in a more comprehensive way as well. An example of where this deep learning is already being used is in driverless vehicles. That's the technology that's behind the scenes. And if you think about the millions of decisions that when you're driving a car that you have to do in the course of your driving career, technology needs to be able to mimic that, and that's why deep learning is going to use that. And so long as these guys don't get a hold of it, I think we should be in good shape. I'm going to bounce through this. Everybody knows about the Internet of Things. I've already talked about how the Internet of Things, if you're not securing these things properly, can be a benefit and also a curse as well. But there's going to be somewhere north of about 75 billion of these things by the year 2025. We're seeing an age now where we're going from a knock to a sock to a hawk. I made up the hawk piece because it just seemed like it was appropriate, but everybody's familiar with the concept of a network operating center, security operating center, but now you're going to have human operating centers because a lot of the implants that are going in nowadays are wireless. And so now you can tie those back to a monitoring center that actually monitor the health of people. And so you can imagine, again, if we're not following best practice in there, there's going to be a real challenge to keep those things safe. And the same with smart cities. It's going to be great for us going forward, having all these devices in there that's going to make life so much better for us. But again, it also can be a problem if these are not secured properly. You really need to develop a strategic roadmap. It's so important for the future of protecting our infrastructure. And, every citizen in the country, deserves to have their data protected and their privacy protected. And this is the way you do it. And that's it.